men, dirty 30.
Got a dirty 30 on me. Dirty.
Keep it dirty, Stephen Curry.
Nigga call it dirty 30. Man, I got this dirty 30. Dirty 30, working on me. With dirty 30. Dirty 30. Got the dirty 30, got the dirty 30, got the dirty 30, got the dirty 30.
Yes, sir. Gotta let the intro run with it. Okay. Oh my God. What's going on? I'm getting scared. Mom, where am I? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirty 30 Podcast, your favorite podcast out there, blasting your ears on the audio waves. I'm here with my two guys, as always. To the right of me, I got my man, CK Chad Kelly. Chad Kelly, will you please let them know how you're feeling?
I'm feeling great, considering the fact last time I was on this podcast, I was bragging about Duke and all that shit, and that shit happened, you know what I mean? It goes without being said, but I'm feeling great. Got D-Man all the way to the left of me. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Same old stuff out here.
Out here.
Hey, and D-Man picked this hard-ass beat as well. Thank you, D-Man, for setting us up with a classic. But like CK said, UNC took that game home, but it don't even matter because UNC lost the shit. But hey, at the end of the day, me and CK still brothers, as always. Some of y'all might have thought that was going to tear us apart, but I'm sorry. So I want to say sorry to the haters. Dirty 30 Podcast is never splitting up.
Never.
Okay, starting the show off here, man, oh man. What is up with these new school rappers? I feel bad. I feel like we're always clowning new school rappers, but they just keep doing dumb shit. So out in NYC, there's been this operation going on, this undercover operation. It's been going on for 3 years. They titled the operation Operation Drilly. Now, I wasn't even too familiar about drill rap before I saw this article. So Chad, fill us in. What is drill rap?
It's pretty much more hardcore than average rap. You know what I mean? It's more street shit.
It's almost like in the 90s when the gangster rap first came out. It's almost like the modern gangster rap, ain't it?
Right, and it has a certain sound too, like the sound of the beats, like you know it's drill, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Almost like what we got, like Dirk and Herbo.
G Herbo, yep.
Guys like FBG Duck and them kind of guys, right? So the cops out in NYC say that drill rap videos helped lead to the arrest of 20 alleged gang members from the Bronx. Quote, they would brag about the bloodshed in their music videos online. So this is kind of almost like a, what was it, YMW Melly situation where he was saying he literally killed the dude. These guys are literally bragging on the crimes they committed, the murders and all that, and it eventually led to their arrest. That's crazy. So that just makes you scratch your head and think, why are they putting this in their videos? It's almost like Dylan, we watched the Key and Peele sketch the other day, I killed Darnell, like on the 7th. If you're committing a crime, why is it cool to tell everybody you did it, throw in your video? Like, do they think they're untouchable, invincible? They're not going to be caught by the authorities? Chad, what do you think?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. You know, when you're rapping and shit, you got to tell a story, and some people just make up stories and they tend to over-exaggerate on what they're doing and shit. These kids are essentially snitching on themselves.
Snitching on themselves, ratting themselves out.
I don't understand it, but I get where it's coming from, you know what I mean? Because they know what the people like. They know what the people want. And people want to hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't blame them, but you can't literally tell a story about a crime you committed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, make up the shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like they have a confession on you before you even go into court.
Exactly. They literally pull up these songs like they pull up text messages and shit in court.
It's used against you, not in favor of you.
I don't fuck with it at all, bro.
D-Man, what you think over there?
I don't know. I don't even really listen to drill rap like that. I don't think it's very smart to sit there and brag about killing somebody in your songs. I think it's pretty dumb.
It's almost like they want everybody to know that they did it. They want it to be known not to fuck with them, but like, man.
That's what the people like. Blood, gory. That shit gets all the attention nowadays.
That's true. And I have a lot of friends that love this kind of rap. I'm not shitting on this kind of rap either.
I like a couple songs in drill rap, but like, I just don't fuck with how they're promoting their own self-destruction in the neighborhood. That's where I don't fuck with.
Right. And not only are they promoting their own self-destruction, they're literally being caught by the police while they're doing, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it's making it too easy for these cops almost too. Man, you got to move in silence, bro. Don't sit and brag about the shit.
Yep.
Come on, man. Speaking of New York City, Brooklyn in particular, my man D-Man has a hot take up his sleeve. We're going to get to that in just a second. But first, the NBA season is coming to a close, you guys, which means the finals are right around the corner. Man, right when the playoffs start in the NBA, it's like the best time of the year. There's like game after game after game every day of the week. It's a beautiful thing, that first round of the playoffs, I tell ya. But we're not worried about the first round. We're not concerned with the first round. We're concerned with the ending. Who do you guys think is going to go all the way, going to represent their conference, East and West, and who's going to take it home this year? Dylan, what you got over there, man? What's your predictions?
Unanimously, the West, out of the West, is going to be the Suns. The Eastern Conference, I think it's up for grabs, really. It's whatever team gets hot at the right time, and I do think that the Brooklyn Nets have two of the best ball players to ever grace the court. And they are going to do something special in this playoffs. I feel like Kyrie's going to be having 40 every night. KD's going to be doing his thing, being completely unguardable.
Dude, I really hope Kyrie has like this pissed off, doing pull-ups in the dark and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mentality I want to see Kyrie have. So you said you got Brooklyn and Phoenix in the finals. Who's taking it home?
It's hard to go against Phoenix here. They're too solid. They have such a good team. It's deep all around. Like, they're too good of a squad.
What's going to be the X factor or really important for them to seal the deal?
It's going to fall down on Mikal Bridges playing as well as he has been, because he's been one of the most improved players on the year.
Yeah, he's been underrated this year. I agree.
He's a dog, absolute dog. But CK taking over here. Who do you got coming out of the East and the West?
Miami coming out of the East. And I have Phoenix. That goes without being said. Phoenix has the team coming back from last year that made it to the finals. Yeah, Miami has the same team that went there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Same exact team with the addition of Kyle Lowry, which I feel like will be huge this playoff and will also be huge in the finals. Kyle Lowry will have great play in the finals. I guarantee it.
I feel like the giant of the East would be the Milwaukee Bucks. Do you think Kyle Lowry is going to have to play some critical role in them to be able to dethrone the defending champions?
Of course. The thing about Brooklyn and Milwaukee, like you just said, the Bucks, I don't think they have enough at all. Giannis, he won last year with a whole bunch of good role players, but Phoenix Suns was injured. I think Miami, man, they got that team coming back from a couple years ago, and the addition of Kyle Lowry, I just think it'll be too much for teams to handle. And the way Jimmy Butler plays in the playoffs.
I mean, could you ask for a better leader in terms of his toughness and competitiveness?
No, you couldn't. With Eric Spoelstra, who's been there 2-3 times already, Miami's definitely my team I'm picking in the East.
Okay, so you got Miami and Phoenix, but who's coming home with it?
Phoenix is definitely coming home with it. I think they're better than any NBA team times 3.
Wow.
Like, they play the best team ball. Chris Paul coming back in the postseason. They have to be the favorite to win it. It'd be almost silly not to pick them.
What about the Memphis Grizzlies? The Memphis Grizzlies have turned a lot of heads this year, played tremendous without Ja Morant. With the full healthy Ja Morant for the playoffs, you guys don't see them as a threat to the Phoenix Suns?
I see them as a threat. I just think the inexperience will get them. Just how young their team is. I don't think they'll be able to beat the Phoenix Suns, who literally just came off a finals run last year, and they're hungrier than ever.
Dylan, what about you as inexperienced? The key woe for the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very young team. I mean, who is the oldest on the squad? Who even has the most playoff experience?
I'm guessing Steven Adams. That's what I'm guessing.
Probably Steven Adams.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like they're too young right now. Like, just give them 2 or 3 more years.
Okay, well, kind of piggybacking off what you just said, Dylan, you can see them being in the finals in 2 to 3 years. Will they be in the finals in 2 to 3 years? I'm going to ask both of you guys that. The floor is open.
I don't see them in the finals in 2 to 3 years. If they were to make the finals, they're going to have to get outstanding play out of Desmond Bain still. Over this last stretch with Ja Morant out, when they went 20-3 or whatever, 20-2 or whatever, Desmond Bain was playing pretty good. And I just don't see him
continuing that,
yeah, the next 2-3 seasons.
Okay, Dylan, what about you?
It all depends if they can keep the surrounding pieces around Ja Morant and possibly get like another superstar big man. I feel like that's very important. Someone who can stretch the floor but also can play really well with Ja Morant. I feel like that's imperative. If they want to ever be a finals champion.
I want to close the topic out, but you guys just keep bringing questions to my mind. So let me ask you guys, what free agent or player can they get to make them into a finals team?
Best case scenario, I mean, it would never happen, but like if you paired Giannis Antetokounmpo with Ja Morant, I feel like that would be one of the best duos we've ever seen.
CK, what about you?
I think AD can come to Memphis.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
AD can come to Memphis and turn it around. Like, not turn it around because they're already great, but make them a championship contender if he stays healthy, because he's definitely out of LA after this year.
You believe so?
Yeah, and I could see him going to Memphis and completely sealing the deal on that. Man.
Dude, that would be awesome. Oh my God, because dude, Steven Adams is playing his ass off right now in Memphis, and Steven Adams is an underrated passer. And if they had AD, somebody who's skilled and can really dominate and help also protect the rim with Steven Adams, man, watch out, bro. Because Anthony Davis is, ever since they won that ship, what's been up with him, dude?
Even imagine any of like the 4 best big men in the league, like AD, Giannis, the Joker, or even Embiid. It's like almost like John Morant's just like the perfect point guard to have a big man with that can dominate.
John Morant is the modern day D Rose to be.
I definitely agree to that. And it makes me think too, like, man, if you give somebody like Dame Lillard, a really skilled big man, how much better he could be.
I forgot about Dame. He has to get out of Portland. He has to get out of there, man.
Dame is such an OG, though. He has that mentality. He don't want to leave Portland, but I agree with you, man. He needs to do his best to convince somebody to come there. All right, moving forward here, keeping it on a sports tip. Last thing we're going to talk about sports-wise. We didn't really talk about this, but this certainly made headlines within the last month. Lia Thomas, she was born a male, and she wanted to change her sexuality. Totally okay with us here at Dirty 30 Podcast. We don't mind that at all, but she is now competing in women's sports in the NCAA Division I. She won a really, really, really big event, and it made headlines because she was the first ever transgender to win an event in a women's sport. Like I mentioned before, here at Dirty 30 Podcast, we don't discriminate at all. You can be whatever you want to be. Man, woman, purple, green, orange, we don't care. I got to ask you guys, though. How do you guys feel about her being able to compete in women's sports even though she was born a man? Is it all the way fair?
It's complete bullshit, bro. Complete bullshit. Anyone with common sense should know that. He was born with a dick and balls. And now he's jumping in a fucking pool of water with women and beating them in relays and shit or whatever event it was. To me, I think it's utter nonsense and I think it's diabolical, bro. It's just fucked up.
From the standpoint that she was born male and now she's beating women in a competition, right? Not the actual, you don't care what she does.
I don't care if she is transgender or not, but the fact that she's trying to benefit from it. She's benefiting from being a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. Dylan, what about you? What do you think about it?
I think they should make a transgender league. So
I literally was just about to say that.
Men and women can compete with other transgender men and women just to make it fair. Even in like certain sports, men or women dominated, there are weight classes, there are certain things that affect the way you get separated and compete with different athletes. Like everybody's different. And specifically men and women are genetically very different. So like it's just not fair.
That's a beautiful fucking idea, man. I mean, that's an incredible idea because especially in today's age where parents are really allowing kids to explore their own sexuality on their own, meaning there's going to be more transgenders to come, why not make a league for them? You know what I mean? That way it's fair for everybody.
Get a bunch of revenue and then donate all that revenue to charities for transgender people to help advance the community and shit.
And there would be no controversy.
You guys are exactly right. It just comes down to science, bro. And when you're a man, you're born with a certain amount of testosterone versus a female. The way that they're totally just like ruling all that out.
It's unfair to the women that are competing,
really
training
unfair.
every day to try to win.
Yep, and I always bring it back to this, but I seen Doug Baldwin. He commented on an Instagram post. He was like, this isn't about human rights, and it's not about human rights. It's just about what's fair for these other women. The other women she competed against have been competing and training their whole life to get to that moment. All right, closing the show here, guys. You guys know I like talking about something like, talk about the happiest accident of your life. This woman won $10 million, $10 million, after accidentally pushing the wrong button on the lottery machine. First off, this chick put $40 into this lottery vending machine. That's a lot of money to be putting in a vending machine on one ticket, you know what I mean? But the higher you spend, the better odds you have. And get this, some rude person bumped into her, causing her to accidentally push the wrong number. They didn't say a thing to her. They bumped into her, walked out the door. If you ask me, that was God, honey. That was God helping you out because you were $10 million richer. I mean, I just can't even fathom that shit. What are you guys doing if you won $10 million? What's the first thing you're getting?
I'm probably going to completely customize both of my vehicles.
Damn,
because
okay.
I use my vehicles every day for work. I would just make them. I'd probably throw like $50,000 into just getting my vehicles correct, and then I'd start investing in the Dirty 30, 100%, with probably about $3-4 million of those dollars.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Can you guys imagine what would we do with Dirty 30 with $3-4 million? Thinking like solar panels. Back to the Future engines where we could throw garbage in them and they run.
We'd have like our own like Dude Perfect complex, like where we'd be doing bullshit like that all day.
I'll probably take that $10 million and fucking try to get into real estate or something. Something I ain't never really learned about, but I know that you get a good return on investment. I heard great things about real estate, and I'd definitely buy a whole bunch of land up
Oh yeah, I'll be with you on that too. This woman literally said she has a little lottery mobile app and she like scanned it and she had to keep looking at it again and again and again. And she just kept thinking to herself, this cannot be right. But what she said, she's gonna use her winnings to buy a house and to start a nonprofit organization. Definitely pretty honorable. Pretty honorable.
She's bullshitting.
Yeah, she's definitely lying. If she's not lying, she's fucking dumb.
I swear it's like a protocol for everybody who wins a lottery. They say, I'm gonna give it to fucking charity. Not all that money goes to poor people. Like,
Fuck no, dude. If they got the money, they can do whatever they want with that shit. They can actually be out in the community doing whatever they want with it. Let's be honest here. But man, that's all we got for y'all here today at the Dirty 30 Podcast. Want to give a quick shout out to the MLB starting back up. Man, go White Sox. You guys know the deal. Also want to give a shout out to Tiger Woods. Made the Masters cut, man. Wishing the best of luck for you, brother. But hey, fellas, any closing remarks?
Closing remarks. You shouted out Tiger, but he was +9 last time I looked, so he's out of the tournament, I think. But tune in next week, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Love you guys. Thank you for everything. D-Man?
Yep, love you guys. Thanks again for listening. You guys have a wonderful day and week.
Yes, next week we will be having an interview with Sis. You guys don't know him yet, but you are about to know him. Super dope guys. Russ, Facts.
Super dope.
Bunch more, too. Bunch more. You guys are going to love that shit. But hey, I'm Buzzer Larkin.
I'm Chad Kelly.
I'm D-Man.
And that's a wrap.